It's spelt kiln, but we just call it the kill down here in Ole Miss. We got double wide trailers, the state bird is the mosquito, and folks here farm, go shrimping, and watch the Dukes of Hazzard reruns. That is, unless them Packers are on. Why do we pull for a team way up north? Because one of our own is their quarterback.
Now, when you played here, did you have any friends that had any unusual nicknames or anything?
One's Flounder.
That was his nickname?
Yeah. Kind of like a flounder. His eyes are real close together.
Brett ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, and he's got a nickname too, but we'll get to that later.
Frank, can we fit this in your ass?
No, put it in Mike's ass. Put it in Adam's ass. Put it in Adam's ass.
He's got lots of Packer buddies, and he tries to stay on their good side.
Does that bother you, Adam?
No, that's fine.
Green 1836!
But sometimes he's dumber than a bag of hammers, and he ticks them off by throwing some crazy passes. See, Brett's plain stubborn, and if he thinks he can make a play, ain't nobody gonna stop him.
Another thing that you do that you don't see very many quarterbacks do anymore, and John Unitas was great at it, was you follow through on a fake. You hand the ball to the running back, and then you fake a pass.
Faking is kind of fun. Half the time it's just a joke. I was goofing off one day in practice and did it.
Yeah.
And our defensive end, he kind of did like this, and the guy kind of snuck by, and I kind of laughed and said, hey, that's pretty neat. And I like playing jokes on people.
First big hit, right there. Keith Jackson. Just the other morning, I had breakfast at Tracy Rocca's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I got to stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
Were you one of those guys that, puts atomic bomb in a guy's jockstrap and stuff?
Love all that stuff, man. I mean, you open up someone's mesh bag, you put this white, it's this new stuff, so you can't see it. It doesn't leave an odor.
Yeah.
And you just lay it on their jock, and then they go out to practice, and you just see them sweating, man. That's great stuff. As a matter of fact, you better check yours.
What's a specialty here?
Speckled trout fillet with crawfish etouffee over the top.
Etouffee. What is
The
that?
etouffee is crawfish tails and Creole vegetables blended with a light bread.
I'll have roast beef.
Roast beef, good boy.
I can't eat it. It says things of like bugs as crawfish. I can't eat
No, this is just the tails. It's like shrimp. Get chicken. Turtle soup, make it snappy.
Did you know Flounder?
You know,
I met him a couple times. I don't really know him.
What'd he look like?
The reason why they call him Flounder is because their eyes are real close together.
That's true, too.
Hey, how you doing? You getting a haircut?
No, my nan is.
Your nan is? Oh. Well, if you want one, I'll cut it for you.
I still think those sideburns have got to go. They look like carpet samples on the side of his head.
See how I get treated, Brenda?
Brenda, you know a guy named Flounder?
She don't know. She wouldn't know Flounder.
You wouldn't know Flounder?
You're infatuated with this guy.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet Flounder.
Need some hootie and the blowfish. You know what?
Sometimes he might look like a fish out of water, but when the game's on the line, ain't nobody tougher. Most guys would be more nervous than a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. But Brett, he's cooler than the backside of a pillow.
He's one of the guys that a team has asked, Brett, we really don't have a chance unless you do something great. 95% of the quarterbacks in this league would say, can't come through for you. And he pretty much has come through for him and stayed healthy doing it, which is amazing with the onus that's been put on him. I truly, greatly respect that.
How about far west left slot pass 396D Omaha?
All right, 396, go. Make it happen.
I don't know if it's the fire within or whatever it is to make a big play every single time you take a snap. I want to throw a touchdown pass every time I touch the ball.
Got to get rid of the ball. He got rid of it. He throws it wide open. Touchdown!
I mean, I'll throw balls where other quarterbacks will not throw balls.
Jim, that was thrown so hard that Brett Favre couldn't believe it.
I'll make a lot of things happen, whether it's throwing the ball underhand, diving over people, running for a first down, blocking, whatever it takes, I'm willing to do that to win. A measure of a great quarterback is not how many touchdown passes you throw, how much yardage you throw far, how many people love you. It's what do you do in crunch time.
That last Super Bowl was played just down the road. Heck, you could fit the whole town of Kill in that dome 30 times, and Brett,
Let's take this one in now.
well, he was a tad jumpy.
Solo right slot, you're right. 322 Y stick on set. Ready? My check.
I was more excited, more pumped up for that game than I'd ever been. So if there was ever a time that I was going to throw one out of the dome, that's when it was going to be.
Come on, Brett!
All he did was throw a couple of TDs longer than a Sunday sermon. And that knucklehead even ran one in himself.
Yes, touchdown. Brett Favre does get the end zone.
Look at Brett Favre coming off the field. He is so happy.
Lost it. I had, when I look back at it now, it's kind of embarrassing. I was so happy. I mean, you can't believe how happy and excited I was. I took my helmet off and just went nuts. But at the time, I had no idea what I was doing.
Folks, Favre's got a muskie on. I'll tell you, is this beginner's luck or what?
Over the summer, he got luckier than a school kid on a snow day on one of them TV fishing shows.
Holy cow, hey, man, give me 5. The Favre's turn. All right. Hey, what is this, man? That's a beautiful muskie.
Holy mackerel.
I'll tell you. What do you cast? This guy's impressive. I just taught him how to cast.
He hit the golf ball, too, a bunch of times. He even got a chance to catch up with his old buddy Kendall. Of course, we just call him Flounder.
We all had a nickname for Brett, too, Buckethead, because his head's about twice as big as a normal guy's head.
My head's getting bigger. These hats are getting smaller. Shut up.
He might want to call me Flounder. It's better than being a big, just large buckethead.
Well, that's Brett.